Welcome to AtVenture Dealflow, the podcast where we talk to founders who are actively fundraising and the angels who back them. Today, I'm speaking with Aga Kopytko, founder and CTO of Smabbler, an AI company based in Poland with global ambitions. Aga is a serial entrepreneur with over 15 years of experience in technology, education, public innovation, and international development. Her company, Smabbler, is developing AI-powered natural language processing tools that help machines understand human context, not just words. So, Aga, I'm so happy to have you here today. And of course, I'm very interested, and I think the audience as well, to hear your story. So you have a few minutes to tell more about yourself and about Smabbler.
Thank you, Larry. Happy to be here. Thank you for this introduction. So very quickly about what we do. So I'm Aga. I'm a Smabbler founder CTO. So what we are doing, Smabbler Galaxia is a graph-powered platform that helps teams and researchers turn complex data into explainable connected knowledge without coding and without heavy infrastructure. So when we think about the problem, so today organizations, they spend millions trying to structure and organize and centralize knowledge, but very often most platforms end up monolithic and obsolete. Okay, and meanwhile, AI tools like GPT, for example, they hallucinate because they lack structure and explainable context. So with Galaxia, we are solving both problems. So the first thing, we automatically turn structured and unstructured data into modular, reusable knowledge that can be powered AI assistant, answer critical answer, and scale across teams. So we design our solution for both technical and non-technical users. And because of this, we make explainable AI accessible and easy to build by anyone, exactly by anyone with all coding skills. So what we are building, building for real is a foundation for the new AI creator economy. So where explainable knowledge becomes something like product in itself. Our initial go-to-market strategy focuses on researchers and small teams. We are already working with focus group from neuroscience, from life science, from health, and we are helping them accelerate discovery workflows by up to 100 times. We monetize through SaaS, subscription and graph marketplace, so users can license and share their knowledge models. At this stage, we are pre-revenue, but we are just starting commercial cooperation with several companies, including one of the largest global consulting firm. And our code technology has already been validated through aerial deployments that generated nearly $1 million in commercial contracts. And we are now rising, of course, to grow the team and bring our solution broadly to the market.
Thank you for sharing that, Aga. It's already much clearer to me what you're doing. So thanks for that. So indeed, if we deep dive in that, you say we are fundraising also to grow the team. If we talk about your team, if we look at your team right now, you are the CTO. How does the rest of the team look like? And how do you see that if you're fundraising and you manage to succeed, what will you do with the funding to grow your team actually?
Okay, so the team. I'm one of the co-founder. I have also two other co-founders, so Luke and Przemek. I think we are the perfect trio because we combine this business, R&D, and tech experience. So we have everything there. Okay, and the team in total we are 10 people. With skills that covers with skills that a lot of area like language processing, graph technologies, architecture, and so on. And the one thing that we are fundraising now is to support our go-to-market activities because we are just jumping to the market.
Yeah,
with the solution, but we also need to extend our team.
And in terms of the solution that you're providing, I mean, it's already clearer to me what you are doing. It's always difficult to explain these kind of technical things, right? But to understand exactly what is the real problem that you're solving, right? So what is the actual problem, and what drives you as a person to solve this problem? So why are you the right person also to solve it? So basically a bit of three questions in one, but a little bit more on what is the actual problem, and is it really a must-have what you're offering, and why are you the right person and the right team to offer that actually?
So what we are doing is critical for the market and for AI adoption. So let's start, from thinking about, how big the market is, and how everything, is increasing there. So this is like a explainable AI market, okay, and it's predicted to be like $25 billion by 2014. Okay, and the market is scaling very quickly. Why? Because some AI other explainability requirements, and people are frustrated because lack of transparency and hallucination, LLM adoption, and so on and so on. Okay, so you have like also multi-level problems. So the first thing is what I said during my pitch. Organization today struggle with building infrastructure, like knowledge infrastructure. So you have a lot of information everywhere. But to start working with this, to make this accessible for people and for AI solutions, you need to structure this. You need to organize all this knowledge. And then you can build like, AI assistant on top of it, and you can be sure that that you reduce hallucination, that you will have transparency, because now AI is like black box. It hallucinates. It doesn't have context. It's not transparent. It's not explainable. It's not responsible. And this is what market is requiring now. Okay, so this is like the problem is like combination of these two. Let's say two things. Okay, and the next part of the question was what was our trigger and why we are the one to solve this. Okay, so why we are the one to solve this? Maybe I'll start with this, because we already did this. Okay, so the solution is there, and we are. And this is what we know for sure, that we are the only company there able to automate what we are automating. So graph construction. So just turning this data, this structured and unstructured data into some connected like knowledge structures. Okay, so we automate this.
And why are you the only one that can do this?
This can be tricky because okay, the answer can be a bit longer. I try to be a little concise anywhere, but because what we build, it's in the category of foundational technologies. So those type of technologies that you can take and use to build other product on top of this. Okay, so to build foundational technology, you need to spend a lot of time on research, and research to build something like this, to prepare the background. Very often it takes like 5, 10, even 20 years.
Okay? Takes a long time.
Takes a lot of time, and when you have those research, then you can start development. Okay, so we spent some years on our R&D part, and we started this. It was like two parts on the market. So most of organizational companies, they were focused on research in area of neural networks and language, and we started with focus on graph technologies and language. But we was like, in the 0.001% of the market doing this, okay? So we spent a lot of time, and also you need to put some money. So we also decided to, together with my second co-founder, Luke, we decided to put our own money, to liquidate a lot of things we had, to liquidate and to cover this R&D part, okay? So, I think we had the right research. We just did the right POC, and we are extremely focused. So this is why we can do this. This is why we can do this. So this is the thing, and this also our defensibility now. One of defensibilities we have. So this technology, which is very hard to replicate, because you need the research, the time, and so on. And at the same time, when we look in the market, we are the only solution there able to combine two critical things. So the critical like explainability with scalability. Okay, so when you think about our maybe not competitors, but different approaches to address the problem we are addressing. So you can see approaches where people try to do in this basic traditional way, like manual engineering, manual knowledge organizing, and so on and so on. It's very transparent, but it's completely not scalable. And from the other side, you have automation, like you have language models that you can use also to try to organize knowledge somehow. So what you have scalability, but you have black box. It's completely, it's not transparent.
And you have the two basically. So you're scalable, but and you have real data and real
and transparency,
not the black box. Exactly,
yeah,
the transparency.
Exactly.
Okay, interesting. And in terms of because you say, it's not easy to replicate, and because is there also IP on this product, or how on this technology, or how does that? How is that?
We have 100% of technology IP in the company, because we start building this not as external institutes. We just created our own small, R&D lab. Oh, I didn't answer one question. Why? What was the trigger for us?
Why you?
Yes, it was I spent some time working with NGOs and academia, and looking for information, looking for knowledge. It was a nightmare. And because I always have a lot of passion, not only because studies, but also because since this is my childhood, I always have a lot of passion to science. So when I identified this problem and it was really frustrating, I thought, okay, now it's my time to come back to research, to come back, to my course. Yeah.
Okay, clear. It's and the rest of your team. So you started it, or you all started together, or how did that go?
Look to join me at the very at the very beginning, and that was the time when he was working for a global corporation, making multi-million savings and working for EMEA and traveling everywhere. But then he said, okay, let's do this. It sounds like a cool journey. So yeah.
Nice. That's it's a big thing, I know, to stop at a corporate and do it. So it's well done. I think in terms of the market, you already said it is a big market, right? And it's growing. In terms of your business model, so you say it is a SaaS model, B2B. Your first go-to market, you explained that, but is it also like that? This solution could be for anyone, basically, if I understand it correctly. It doesn't have to be for a certain sector, or it could even be B2C in the end.
In the end, yes, because I can imagine some people from studying or from high school trying to build their own assistant, but on their own knowledge. So it's very easy because you can do this in a few minutes. A few days ago, one of my colleagues built HR assistant in 5 minutes, just using internal company data. So it's very simple. So our go to the market. Okay, so we're starting, as I mentioned, we're starting from researchers from smaller teams, and then we want to extend to small, medium companies, and finally to enterprises. So we're starting from, let's say, individuals, individual researchers as well, because this is simple. Because and this is also how we, let's say, build our focus groups. Okay, so we have small teams of researchers from research institutes, for example, from Sweden institutes, but they can build the solution on their own. They don't need technical skills. They don't need developers, engineers, nothing like this, and they are building explainable solution for brain data, just like that, and it's pretty cool.
And you're based in Poland, and you say we have a global ambition. So right now you're focusing on Poland first, or how does that look like in terms of which market you're tackling, basically?
We are a company from Poland, but many of our the huge amount of people testing with us and working with us, they are from different countries, from Europe and US, and also UK. Okay, so the company, for example, with which we had like our technology commercial evaluation, it's the company from France. So we just we are focusing on segments and maybe less on some specific geographies, but Europe and US are, let's say, the two primary markets for us.
Okay. Yeah, to continue about that, in terms of traction, what can you tell us about that? So
okay, in 5 years' time, we are going to have 150 million revenue.
You already mentioned that you are working together with some smaller teams. Can you explain a little bit on how far you are with that?
So in terms of traction, so maybe from the very beginning, so how the traction looks. So okay, so we had like, as I said before, so we had like a commercial technology proof, and we earned quite a nice amount of money, like $1 million. So this was the first thing. The second part is related to our current adoption. So we opened our very first beta like 2+ months ago, and our traction, like an amount of users, double month over month. So this is the next thing. We also have some focus group we are closely cooperating with on improving UX, and all the things related to this. We also have starting commercial cooperation with some companies, and one of the biggest consulting company is amongst them. So we are starting like August, September. The real work. So I think it's cool. We also testing with piloting with graph database vendors, and maybe not, let's say, this user/commercial traction, but we also past year we won Deep Tech Momentum by Techstars. We also participate.
Well done.
Yeah, it was great. And we also just finished accelerator called Endless Frontier Labs. This is very prestigious accelerator led by New York University together with some US-based investment fund. So we had pretty cool mentors there. So yeah, and also we start, I would say, our entrepreneurial journey with MIT Enterprise Forum Accelerator. So we also won this accelerator. So yeah,
a lot of winning. Well done. And of course, there's also investors there. Can you tell a little bit about your funding road so far? So are you fully bootstrapped, or how did that go so far up to now?
Okay, up to now. Okay, so yeah, we are bootstrapping. So we put some money to the company together with Luke, as I said before. We also had a pre-seed round in form of convertible loan. It was, and also now with some of our angels increasing their tickets, and it's very nice move from their side. So in total, we raised 1.1 million euro. We also had a grant for innovation. We won the grant for innovation from European Union, and now we are raising. But we are, let's say, before our seed round. We are planning our seed round later this year, maybe beginning of the next year. But now we are raising this pre-seed / angel round just to support our go-to-market and scaling traction.
Okay, so you're raising 600,000 right now, and that's including the amounts that are already committed by some of the previous angels, or is that on top of?
More than half is committed. And a huge amount of this is also wired by our current angels.
Yeah, that's nice. That's good. That's good to hear. So they basically remaining sort of 300K that you're looking for. Okay, clear. And would that be then in a convertible loan, or is that equity what you're looking for now?
Convertible at this stage. Convertible, and we are going to convert this during seed round. So very soon, very soon.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And that will be under the same terms as your previous round, or is that a new terms and that that you are setting up for the CLA?
Okay, so the previous round, now we have like the common agreement, the common, let's say, convertible loan, and this is what our current angels also signed. Okay, so the terms are the same for everyone. So no, let's say, no individual negotiation, because we want to be very fair when it comes to
Makes
working
sense.
with angels, and we want to be very transparent. So there is like the standard agreement, and everyone agrees for this.
Yeah. Okay. Clear. One more question I had. You mentioned, okay, we are the only company that can do this, and how afraid, or maybe not, are you that existing chat GPTs or big companies are also already working on this? Is there a risk there, or how do you see that? Or is it an opportunity? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so one thing, it's a opportunity. Why opportunity? Because okay, people, the companies, the people, they want that won't use build AI solution, use ChatGPT, or other technologies, other language models. So this is what also I mentioned. They struggle with this hallucination part. They struggle with the transparency. So for us, those type of technologies is like opportunity, because those technologies they create market for us. Okay, because they also show how big is the problem with organizing knowledge, with understanding knowledge, with building the right structure. So this is like from the one side, it's like huge opportunity. From the other side, we also understand that there is a lot of approaches, a lot of companies building solution to address this transparency, hallucination, explainability. So there's always a risk. So the thing, I think the question is not if there is a risk, but the question, as from our perspective, is how we put this is how fast we should be.
How can you be faster than them?
Exactly. How to what to do to be faster, and that's why our go-to-market strategy, because because we build something which is extremely automated. You can really just build your solution in minutes. And with with this, and when you think about other companies or approaches, you need months. You really need months. Okay, so for us, the only option as we see this is going to the market via community adoption. So not starting from this direct enterprise sales, but from building this, building this community. So this is what we are going to do at this at the first stage. It's hard. It's hard. I'm sure we know how to do this, but at the same time, it's hard. Okay, it's hard. It requires investment and so on and so on. But it's for us, it's the only option. So opportunity, but we see the risk. We see the risk, and to be there, we just need to be faster than market.
You need to be fast, and that's why you're fundraising now. To be fast, basically, right? If I understand it correctly, so you can go, you can do what you need to do in order to be the first one, and then you're planning, like you said, your next round at the end of this year, beginning next year. Yeah, okay. And you know already how much you will be raising then, or you're still looking at that?
We have some range in mind, but I think it's a bit too early to share this because we need to still calculate and take into consideration a lot of different, let's say, factors there. So
no, clear.
Okay, but few millions. One thing, few millions. It will be a few millions, but not the exact amount. There's
no, clear. But then at least some bold number. So, well, maybe one more question. I mean, of course, a lot of angels also always look at the impact that they can make with an investment. How do you see that with your solution? What positive impact are you making to the planet, to people? Can you, of course, you thought about that, I assume. So can you share a little bit about that?
The impact that we can do with technology. So there is one very, very cool thing about what we build, because our technology runs in memory and on CPU. So what does it mean? It means that there is very lightweight in terms of implementation. So when you think about current solutions requiring heavy GPUs, okay, so our technology and CPUs, it's extremely sustainable thing. So this is the one thing, okay? So this is what,
okay.
this is the one pretty cool thing, and also the thing that was the trigger for us. It's like making impact, but allowing people. Okay, anyone can become an AI creator, and I think this accessibility, this democratization of AI. I think this is also the cool thing there. So those two things, I'm sure that they are very important. Like this lightweight approach and democratization of AI, democratization of on building AI.
Yeah, no, clear. No, good answer. Okay, Aga, that's for me that's clear. Looking for 200 to 300K. I think that's doable. I think you're already really far in what you're doing, and you did really cool things. You won a lot of things. You have good traction, and you are there to win this market, and you believe you can do that, right? So I think
I'm sure
that's you are sure you can do that. So that's really good. I really want to thank you for joining and sharing your vision here from Poland to the rest of the world, basically. So the one last question I would have for you is, with this podcast, we really want to highlight fundraising founders and, of course, the investors backing them, and really the ones that are changing this ecosystem to make it more diverse, more inclusive. So my question to you would be, is there someone you want to nominate to be in this podcast in the next episode?
Yes, definitely yes. I'd love to nominate one of my angel investors, Michał. Michał is also a founder, but at the same time, he is one of our biggest and at the same time most supportive angels we have. So I think every startup should have such investor as Michał. So yes, if I can, I'd love to nominate him.
That sounds great, because that's the kind of people we really need, right? As founders in this ecosystem. So thanks for that. We will definitely contact Michał and see if he's willing to come in our podcast. No, thanks a lot, Aga. So if you're an angel investor and you wanna invest in a scalable solution, really changing the AI world, then check out Smabbler and contact Aga. Or contact us and we can bring you in touch as well. So my name is Laurie Lancé. This was AtVenture Dealflow. For more information, you can also go to adventureplatform.com, and see you at the next great deal.